welcome to another edition of Old Nax Nuggets, a Bryan's heating and air conditioning podcast where we get on here and we talk about common questions that the homeowner might have about their heating and air conditioning. My name is Brooklyn and I am here with Bryan Nacarado, the owner and president of Bryan's Heating and Air Conditioning. How are you doing today?
I'm great. How about you?
Doing wonderful.
All right. Well, what can I answer for you today, Brooklyn?
Well, so let me give you a scenario. It's the middle of summer and I get home for lunch or whatever and my unit's broken, it's not working, it's hot in my house, and I give Darren a call and I'm like, hey, come fix my stuff, and he tells me it's going to be about a week before we can get out of there. Why?
Well, every heating and air conditioning company has to deal with this, and unfortunately we go from a period of enough manpower to a period of not enough manpower, and typically that big change or that happens when the seasons change. So in other words, the first time it gets warm, I've always said, if it stays 90 degrees for 3 days in a row, that third day is when things really get cracking and the phone's ringing off the hook. And so unfortunately, we only have so much manpower, and so we try to load up all the technicians, have them schedule as many calls as we can for each one of them. One of the biggest problems that we run into from a scheduling perspective is when we have a technician go out to somebody's house, we don't know how long they're going to be there. Is this a 30-minute repair? Is this a 4-hour repair? And so scheduling gets very difficult. Think about this when you schedule your dental appointment to get your teeth cleaned. Well, they know about how long it takes to do a cleaning, and so they can fill up their schedule accordingly. But in our case, we never know how long the calls are going to take. And the ones that may sound simple on the phone, and you get out there and they turn into a much more involved type of repair. Now we're behind the schedule, so to speak. So the scheduling aspect in those busy peak seasons like that can get a little bit tricky. One thing that we try to do, though, is we try to get to people as quickly as we possibly can. The other drawback that we run into, though, is that we can't work the technicians till 10 o'clock every night. Eventually you get to the point where they're just failed. They can't handle it. So everybody's up for, hey, it's busy, it's hot, I'll put in a few more hours. But when we see sustained periods of heat, 2 weeks, maybe longer, by the end of that 2 weeks, everybody's kind of wore ragged a little bit. And so we have to try to balance being able to ensure that our technicians are doing a good job, but also that they're still attentive enough that they're operating in a safe manner as well. We would hate for somebody to get hurt just simply because they were wore out, they were tired, fell off of a ladder, just couldn't keep up with the pace. So but that's the reason why, and there are times where someone may call up and say, but you don't understand, this is an emergency, I don't have any air conditioning. We do understand that. Everybody that's ahead of you is in the same boat.
Right.
They're all without cooling.
Air conditioning.
And I had a gentleman say to me one time, he said, why don't you keep somebody in reserve for emergencies? And I said, it's 103 degrees out, they're all emergencies, and so everybody's busy. So again, we have a lot of great customers that are patient, that understand. They say, well, I know you're busy, get to me when you can, we'll get by. And so it's important to us that our customers know that we're doing everything that we can to get them taken care of. Every other company in our market area is doing the same thing. They're all going as fast and as hard as they can to try and help as many people as they can. So unfortunately, that's just the nature of the business that we're in. we may go from 1 week having a fairly full schedule to a Monday morning we may come in and it got hot over the weekend and now we're booked up for a week and a half, 2 weeks. So that's kind of why that happens. We like I say, we just don't have enough manpower once that temperature really spikes up and hits. Now, one thing I will tell you is that, again, most of the time that happens when we get that first heat wave, and then we'll stay busy throughout the rest of the summer. But unless we have a really long extended time frame of plus 100-degree weather, usually we're not that far out. And as you get past that first hot spell, most of the companies kind of get caught up a little bit, and now they can get to people in a little bit quicker time frame.
So it's just that first time when everyone turns their AC on and
Yep.
the AC's like, whoa.
Yep.
Whoa. Okay. Good to know.
Hey, Brooklyn, do you know how you catch a unique rabbit?
What?
Unique up on it. Now, how would you catch a tame unique rabbit? Unique up on it the tame way.
Aww. No, that was no, we're doing that one. That's adorable.
Okay. Until next time, Olnack out.